to yell out at me, Pat? What are you supposed to do? Yeah. Yeah, I don't want to hear that anymore.
Action.
All right. We are going to do a little vocab activity. So before we do that, I would like us to review our words. And then we're going to put our parts of speech up on our words. So our first word is dusk. Who can read the definition of dusk for us? Yeah? Okay, so what part of speech is this word? Yeah?
Noun. The noun.
So this is actually kind of a tricky one because it actually describes a time, right? So if it describes a time, what part of speech would this be? Amir?
Adjective.
It'd be an adjective, right? Because it's describing the time. And so I thought those had phonetics, but it didn't. So I'm going to write it up here. Okay. All right, what's our next word? Addie, can you read the definition for us?
To lock a door with a movable bar that fits into a slot.
So what part of speech would this be? It's a thing, right? A noun. Okay. All right, what's our next word? Amir?
Tender.
Tender. Can you read the definition for us?
Easy to chew. Soft.
Okay, so what is the part of speech of tender? I would say, I got a steak at a restaurant and it was very tender. Maggie?
Adjective.
An adjective is describing the meat, right? Okay, our next word, Kaden?
Cunning.
Cunning.
Able to fool or trick, sly or clever.
So what part of speech would this be?
Verb.
So it would describe someone.
So an adjective.
An adjective, right? And I actually think dusk could be a noun too. Okay? I'm kind of mistaken here. I'm sorry.
That was kind of right.
Yeah, you were. I'm sorry, Jacob. That was my fault. Aiden, would you like to do the next one?
Well, what I noticed is it says ABJ, but on the other one it says
Oh,
ABJ.
my goodness. It's because I'm on camera.
Hi.
Okay. What's our next word? Bridger? Brittle. Can you read the definition?
Easily broken or snapped.
So what part of speech would this be, Bridger?
Adjective.
An adjective, right? Okay. The next word. Heba?
Embrace.
Embrace. And what does this mean? Hug. And what part of speech would that be?
Adjective. Verb.
A verb, right? Because you can do it. And then our last word, I don't know if you can see it. Can you see it, Garrett?
Yeah. Delight.
Delighted. And what does that mean?
Very happy.
Very happy. What part of speech would that be?
It would be a
You have it.
verb. No, noun. No, adjective.
An adjective, right? It would describe something. Okay. So today what we're going to do is you're going to be split up into some groups and you are going to put all the parts together of the word. So one person's going to have the word, one person's going to have the definition, and one person is going to have the part of speech. Okay, attention on me, please. You need to hear the directions before we can do this. I'm going to pass these out among you, and then you're going to walk around the room and find your partners. And then what you're going to do is you're going to get a whiteboard and use the word in a sentence. And we're going to do this 3 or 4 times. So you're going to be moving around the classroom. If we're moving around the classroom, we need to think of some safety rules. Who can tell me what might we need to do to make sure that we're safe in this activity? Heba? We shouldn't be running, right? We can walk around in between desks, but I don't want to see people running because then someone might trip and fall, right? What else might be a safety rule we would need?
Don't let go. Don't let go. Try to. Don't try to. Don't trip.
Okay, so okay, Aiden?
Don't when someone's walking, don't just put your foot out.
So we're all going to be walking, we're not going to trip each other. What are some things that we would need to do in the classroom that aren't really like tripping someone? That's just kind of mean. What else will we need to do? Addie?
No yelling.
We don't want to be yelling and distracting people, right? What about our chairs? Should we leave our chairs out in the middle?
No.
No, we need to have our chairs tucked in, right? Okay, yes, Garrett.
Be quiet so you can listen to the instructions that are being given.
So if I call you together, make sure you quiet down. That way I can give you more instructions. And since we're up and moving, that's very important that we hear all the instructions we need. Yes, Isabella?
No pushing or shoving to get to someone that's lost.
Yeah, so we're going to keep our hands to ourselves. And we're going to talk to each other quietly to find our partners, right? Okay, I'll take 2 more. Amir?
Watch where you're going.
Yeah, so don't be looking at the ceiling or something. Look in front of you to make sure you know where you're going. And last one, Bridger?
Keep your backpacks off the floor.
Yes, that's a great one. So keep the backpacks off the floor. Make sure there's nothing that could possibly trip someone. All right? So I'm going to pass these out, and you need to find your groups and create a sentence with that word. We're going to do this probably 3 or 4 times, so that way we can hear lots of different sentences for all the different words, okay? And once we get in our groups and write our sentences, we'll share our sentences with the class. If I'm creating a sentence with a word in it, what elements should I have in our sentence? Wyatt?
Oh, okay. I was having a question about this. How many people per group?
There's going to be 3. There's going to be the word, the part of speech, and the definition. Okay? And you're going to be paired up based on this. So whoever you get with based on your word and your part of speech, that's who you go with. Maya?
You have to have it capitalized.
You need to have a capital. What else?
Punctuation.
Punctuation. If I read the sentence, should I be able to understand what the word means?
Yes.
It should kind of give me an idea of what that word means. It might not tell me exactly, but the way you use the word, I should be able to try and figure it out through using context clues. All right. Are these questions? Kaden.
What's on the color? That word?
The word.
Oh.
There's one with a word. There's cards with the words on them. There's cards with the definition. And there's cards with the part of speech. Yeah?
How many people are there? 3.
In each group?
Yeah.
3. Okay.
I don't get the little card thing. How are you gonna figure out these listeners?
So someone's going to have dusk. Okay? Someone's going to have the definition, and someone's going to have now.
But some say latch and dust both have the same.
So then someone with noun will just go with one of those groups. So there's going to be more than one adjective, but you'll just find a group that needs adjective. But there's going to be a specific group for the word and the definition. Okay? Bridger?
I think there'll be. I did 22 divided by 3. There's 1 left over.
So Michaela's not here.
Oh.
So we have 21. It's perfect.
7 groups.
Yes. Yeah. 7 groups. Are there any other questions? Okay. Before I pass these, yes, Maggie.
Are we just gonna do the thing that we did a couple of days, where we put our hands up or something, and then we say stop?
No, so you're gonna find your group, and there's gonna be a specific group. It's not like stand up, hand up, pair up, where we go around and we put our hand up and you partner up like that. You're gonna have a specific group based on the card you get, okay? Do we understand that?
Yeah.
Okay, this first round we'll kind of do a practice, that way we can kind of figure it out, and then once we get through it, I think it'll be okay. So if you have a smoothie, the snack needs to stay on your desk. We don't need to be walking around with straws, that's kind of a safety hazard. So leave it on your desk and we'll come back to it, okay? And I'm gonna start passing out the cards. Once I pass out the cards, I'll have you stand up, push your chairs in, and find your group. Yes, Ashlyn? At 10:30, sweetie. 20 minutes, okay? That's when we usually do it, every day. Okay? All right. Okay. I'm sorry. So, because of the definition of latch is to lock, this is actually going to be a verb. A latch can be a noun. Because if we have a latch, that would be a noun, that would be a thing. But because we're talking about latching something, it's going to be a verb. Okay? I am so sorry. I should have caught that before. It can be a noun. For the person that picked noun, it could be a noun. But for the sake of this, it's a verb.
Wait, no, does that say two bugs? That's two bugs. Wait, let me see.
I think it just looks like that because it should be hug.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, do you see how there's a break there?
Oh,
Yeah, okay. All right. Keep your smoothies on your desk.
Hey, I don't have one.
Smoothies on your desk.
I don't have one.
Does someone have two?
Yes! I was raising my hand.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Okay. Put your smoothies on your desk.
If you have one.
Stand up. Push your chair in and find your group.
What do you have? What do you have? What?
You should have a three.
What did you
You're gonna be looking What are you guys? Yes. Oh, Maya. Oh, is your group down? Okay.
Who are you?
That would be very happy, right? Boys and girls, once you have your group, please sit down on the floor. Okay, spread out so I know what group you're in. Okay, Jacob, Maggie and Ashlyn are your group.
They need a nanny.
Right here. Okay, does everyone have their group? Okay, you three, right here please. Sit down. Okay, what were the next steps to do? What are you going to be making?
Oh, you're going to be making a sentence.
Sentence. So one person in your group get a whiteboard and a marker to write out the sentence.
All right. I just get to
Huh? Yeah, you can do it. But then, okay, one person